drugs, alcohol, yeah. Some things I'm not ready to talk about. I don't.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the drugs, I had to pray myself out of being high. I had to really pray myself. Actually, you know what's crazy? Funny, this is a funny story. Because I remember so well, I was at a friend's house. I was actually renting with a friend, and my mom came to get. At the time, I was so deep into this thing. I was so deep in it that I didn't see what I was doing. Like, I wasn't aware of what I was doing or how I was treating the people around me. I had lost a lot of weight. And my mom had come to Gabs, and she was going back to Phikwe, and she came by my house. She didn't even tell me. She was just like, where do you stay? And then I'm telling her. And then she was like, I'm outside. And I was like, Mama, you outside? I thought you were leaving. And she was like, yeah, I'm outside. And she was like, come, Mata. Begging and hello, a t-shirt that's a pedile. Marokonyana to rape Phikwe. Since we were in a private car, you will come back. I was like, Mama, no. She was like, please come. Let's just spend time together. And then I did. Somehow I didn't fight her.
Yeah.
And at the time I'm already struggling with, the alcohol, the drug abuse. And then I got in the car. As soon as we get to Phikwe, my mom instantly fell sick.
Three, 2, 1, action. Bouncy!
What's popping?
What's happening?
He's chilling, baby.
Yeah. Welcome to the 20th Avenue podcast. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, new mother, fresh out of the box.
Fresh out the lebokoso.
Yeah. What does it feel like?
It's beautiful. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Motherhood for me will always be a blessing. It doesn't matter how difficult it gets, it'll always be a blessing, because I worked so hard for Luba to actually come to being. I don't mean it in that way, you nasty. I just mean that it was so hard for me to get pregnant. So the fact that she's here, it doesn't matter how difficult it is, just for every day, it'll always be a blessing, because I finally got what I had been praying for. Yeah, so motherhood is beautiful. Motherhood it's amazing.
What about the sleepless nights?
Oh yes, when I said it doesn't matter how difficult it gets, I was actually talking about that, because my child does not sleep. She say, Mama, I'm not gonna sleep, and she does not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do spend a lot of time at night. Yeah. But it's still beautiful. I would not, exchange it for anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
So Luba comes at a time whereby you had planned for it to.
Yeah, we had been trying to have a baby for like a year and a half. Like we met 2 months after I lost my mom. And we instantly tried for a baby. Yeah. I just knew it felt right, because I was like, I just lost the one person that I really love, and she's gone, and she will never get to meet her grandchildren. And honestly, for me, that was enough. And I was like, I'm 30 years old. I don't have a child. My mom is gone, and I only have my little brother. I have a lot of work to do. I need to, to expand the family. So I knew instantly. And then when I met him, because it was somebody that I had already known from before, like we actually met when I was in junior school. I think I was doing Form 2. And it was a long time ago. And when we saw each other, we instantly had crashes on each other. It was like love at first sight. And then, we were still young, so we didn't do anything. And then Form 4 and Form 5, we were in the same class. and we became best of friends. So when he came to see me after I lost my mom, as soon as he came, as soon as he parked outside my house and I saw him, I walked out the house and I saw him, he was leaning by the car. I just knew that's the father of my children. I was like, so yeah, so it felt right, and yeah, now we're here.
Look at you, eyes glowing when you're talking about the father of your children.
I love that man. I love him so much.
He's actually a champion, he's a hero, because I know there's a lot of guys that wanted you, bro, like from the moment you walked into the industry. Like I know gangs and gangs, I can write a bible of names of people, bro.
Well,
yeah.
Cheers to our hero.
Yeah.
Talking about. I'll have to take a sip.
Alright. And that's apple juice, by the way, for people who are wondering.
It is. It's just apple juice.
Yeah. So Bouncy, take us back in time in Phikwe when you're growing up there with the family. Like, how was it like, like back in the day?
It was, I don't know what's the perfect word to use, because I still had my mom then. And looking back, it was the most amazing, peaceful time. Yeah. It was beautiful because she was also my best friend. My mother was my best friend. She was a bit strict, but she was my best friend, and she taught me everything that I know right now. Yeah. She was difficult to, it was so hard for her to accept the person that I wanted to be, because I guess she also was aware of the dangers and challenges of the industry that I wanted to get in. You know, I think now that we're here, I think I understand why my mom was so strict. Phikwe, for me, it because that's why I started dancing and doing all, you know, the art. It was, I don't know what's the perfect word to use, but Phikwe for me will always be foundation. Pisano. Yeah. It'll always be a foundation. You know, that's where the talent started. And now that I think about it, I actually miss it. Whenever I think of Phikwe, I think of my mom. And it's something that sometimes I get in denial about. Yeah. So what inspires the love for art now? Because most of your peers, like, they're busy aiming to be doctors, nurses, accountants, and now it's all about like staring. Music is me. I feel like music is the only way I know how to live. You know? It's the only way I know how to express myself. It's the only way I get to express the kind of feelings that I can't usually talk about. You know, like if you listen to the recent thing that I dropped, right? There's a song that talks about the time I was going through the most, and there's a song that talks about, you know, fun, and there's a song. It's the only way I know how to express what I'm going through. So music is me. Music is the only time I feel completely alive. Okay. So I think the inspiration just comes from my everyday life and just being able to live and express myself through music. Alright, but what's playing on the radio when you're growing there before you even decide what this is what you want to play a song for me, apple jack, play a song for me, I'll see it. It's like Dolly Parton, country music. There was a lot of country music, and my mom used to listen to a lot of country music because my granddaddy was Dolly Parton fan. So yeah, we grew up listening to a lot of country music. And then she used to play also a lot of gospel music. Her favorite song is that That was her favorite song. And we used to listen to a lot of gospel music, a lot of country music, a little bit of R&B, because R&B but which R&B songs were there? I don't know what's wrong with our parents though. I was like, you know, that's how you know. Because you know how R&B are always talking about sex, putting it down on you. My mom was like, you ain't putting it down on nobody. So yeah. yeah. So I don't remember which year it was.
I think the year is 2014. It's on a Friday evening. We're watching Flavor Dome.
Yeah.
Sadi is presenting, Lungo is presenting. Kati Spiza, Valentino is coming on to perform with an artist called Bouncy. You're like, okay, no, it's fine. And the next thing we see, like, light skin shorty with yellow eyes. You're wearing like some contact lenses.
Blue contacts.
Yeah.
No. Yes. The blue contacts was my first appearance at Flavor Dome actually. Yeah. And I was performing a song called Lekol Jubi, and it was a dance hall infused. Yeah. So coming back to Flavor Dome with Spiza was my second appearance. Actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And you're probably like one of the first person to do like an erotic dance on TV.
I think so. So brave. I miss that little girl. She was so brave.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And the same girl went on to like remove her top performing live on stage.
I used to be crazy, my goodness.
Yeah.
But you know what I miss about that girl?
Yeah.
She was so innocent and so pure. Like she had no fear.
Yeah.
She had never experienced loss. She had never experienced disappointment. Everything that she did was really pure. Like there was no negativity in her mind. Now when I look back at it,
yeah,
she was such a go-getter. I love her.
What was going on like during that moment? Like it was called the Thai era, because I remember that's the time when Berry Hart was dropping those songs.
Yeah.
Berry Hart for dinner or nothing.
Berry Hart for dinner or nothing.
And then when you were doing cooking in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
And then
I was
our late sister Sasa Class was on some Mama Mwati. What was going on in your mind, Ella, like during that moment?
You just had to mention Sasa. I miss her so much.
I miss her so much.
At the time, honestly, I was still experiencing with my talent. I was still trying to find myself. Hey, I just knew I knew I wanted to be where I am right now. I just didn't know how to get there. So I was just whichever opportunity was presented, I would just grasp it. You know, I would take it. So I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be seen. Yeah. And I did everything possible.
Yeah.
You know.
Hence the stripping on the stage.
My goodness, what was that about? I was so crazy.
I was actually scrolling through the pictures today, like nipples all
That's
out.
still there?
Just Google your name and it'll come.
Okay, but nipples are not out because they were covered a little.
With tape.
Yeah. So it's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad. But it's on some OnlyFans type of vibe.
Sure. No, it's not all OnlyFans. Why is that not the MVP? Because why can OnlyFans? Well, 10 years before OnlyFans, when I come through. Talk about.
But I cannot get in because you're a young girl, like beautiful, intelligent, talented. What was the inspiration now? Like you're trying to put your music together, but but what kept you what gave you the drive?
Somehow.
Yeah.
And this was even before I was spiritual.
Yeah.
Somehow, you know when you have a gut feeling that you are supposed to be somewhere. I've always had that, you know. Before I actually knew spiritually and before I was sure, I always knew. You know, that burning feeling that, oh no man, come on, I'm supposed to be somewhere, I'm supposed to be a somebody. You know, I'm supposed to go somewhere, I'm supposed to reach places. Yeah. You know, that really drove me because I was like, it was almost uncomfortable to just sit and do nothing, you know. So I think that really that's what drove me because there was some sort of uneasiness about where I was. I just knew that I needed to put in so much work to try everything to be able to become the person that I am right now. So it was the uneasiness, it was the gut feeling, the hunja.
Ish.
No. I can deserve it better.
And happy much done about who.
Boys will always be boys.
Yeah. But how are you managing it? Because like you're performing on stage. like half naked, but tell out almost staging you're dressing fully naked. So this is the picture that people remain with in their eyes, thinking, I know this is a chick who loves being naked, like she loves like probably doing nasty things and stuff.
I mean, I'm also just grateful I'm not usually out, you know.
Yeah.
If I'm on stage and I am half naked and I'm looking sexy, it's just me trying to express the other side of me. And then after that, I'm back home, you know. So these people, as much as it doesn't matter what they have in their mind or how they perceive me, they rarely see me anyway, you know. But for me, I was just like, it's just a part of me and I can't hide it. I can't hide from, and I'm so glad that I went through it, you know, because right now I don't feel the need to get naked anymore, because something, I'm over it, you know. I needed to feel sexy and I did it and I don't regret it, you know. So it really didn't bother me how people perceived me. I was just so glad that I got to express myself and I got to live my life the way I saw fit at the time. Yeah.
But didn't you like meet up with big homies, like big guys in the industry who try to take advantage of you because they sing like beautiful girl there on stage dancing and stuff like that? Yeah, giving you offers like fake offers.
I don't know, my friend. I'm not the one. I'm never out. I was never out.
Yeah.
It was either I'm in the studio on stage. As soon as I get off stage, I get on the car and I go home. Or I'm home. Like I didn't do the social butterfly life.
Yeah.
So even if there were those big guys, they never really had access to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They didn't. I was never the one to hang or chill with people, to give them an opportunity to be able to come onto me or to, you know, profess their love or whatever. So I get off stage, I go to the studio, or I go home.
Yeah.
So.
And also at this time you're signed to Off Campus Records. Off Campus, yeah.
I actually worked with Off Campus until 2018. Was it 2018?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, until 2018. Yeah.
With Off Campus, you released an album. It was called like Double B something.
Be Defined.
Be Defined, yeah. Be Defined. Yeah, whereby you officially came out into the public and you said that you're phasing out that album. You didn't know what you were doing.
I really didn't. I really did. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I said, I was trying everything.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. The music wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why I even took time, because like after that I took a year, or was it a year or a couple of months?
Yeah.
I took time out to learn music. You know? After working with Off Campus, we parted, and I had already been working with Prez Beatz, you know. So Prez Beatz took time out, and he said, "Listen, don't rush. Take time, learn music, learn your voice, understand your talents. Let's find who you are." And that's why I don't even mention this album anymore, because to me it's something I am not really proud of, you know. I had rushed things. I didn't take time out to understand my voice or my talent. But I'm still grateful, you know. I will always be forever grateful for Off Campus, you know, because I feel like if it wasn't for Michelle, I wouldn't have what's the word? I wouldn't have met that side of me.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy, you know, loud side of me.
Lady Gaga type of side.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So when you stayed at Off Campus, there's the time where Michelle was also managing the likes of ATI, Spiza, Perion. Yeah. And like there were rumors that Michelle is sleeping with ATI. She's offering ATI drugs. She's you're living at her house. You're technically the maid at the house. You're cleaning the house. You're looking after the kids. What was the vibe between like Off Campus and its artists actually like?
Listen, people will always talk, okay?
Yeah.
Here's something that I will tell you that most people, and I'm sure most people would never know. Michelle is actually a nice person.
Yeah.
Like, she's actually a really nice person. Like, if you get to know her, you realize, come on, man, she does not deserve half the things that people say about her, because she put so much of her time and money into trying to make sure that people get to reach their dreams, you know. And then, you know how artists are, somehow we always put ourselves first, you know. So people will talk. Michelle, I was living with Michelle, and she was technically just a sister to me, you know. And everything else that people said, me being a maid, and it's so crazy because when I was at Michelle's house, I didn't even touch a thing. So she always say, "Bouncy, you're so lazy," and I was.
Yeah.
It was all lies, man. I'm never, and this thing of Michelle paying artists to sleep with them, man. People will always talk. I'm not here to defend her or anything. I just want people to know that she means well. Okay? She really does. And funny you mentioned her, because I've been thinking about her this past 2 or 3 days, and I was like, that woman really loved me. Like, fuck everything else. Can I curse?
It's a freedom square, bro.
Fuck everything else. She loved me, you know. So
yeah.
Leave Michelle alone. She's an amazing person, man. We all have flaws. Yeah, so don't leave her alone. She's living her life. She's doing the best that she could. She's done the best that she could. And it's a lie. I was never a maid. I mean, look at me.
Stay with me. What thing? Yeah, no, you can be a slave queen maid, kind of like they're there. No. Yeah.
Never. I don't like house. I mean, I like it now because I do it for, you know, my baby and my baby daddy. It's so nice to clean for them, cook for them. But I love it now. But then I just wanted to dress nice, go to the studio, or come back home, swim a little bit, eat. No, it was never. I was never a maid.
So, as a young artist, like when you're venturing into the music industry, usually associated with negative stuff, drug abuse, sex abuse, you can name all the years. Like, did you come across any of those?
Drugs, alcohol, yeah. Some things I'm not ready to talk about. I don't.
I get you.
Yeah. But yeah, the drugs, I had to pray myself out of being high. I had to really pray myself. Actually, you know what's crazy? Funny, this is a funny story. Because I remember so well, I was at a friend's house. I was actually renting with a friend, and my mom came to Gaps. At the time, I was so deep into this thing. I was so deep in it that I didn't see what I was doing. Like, I wasn't aware of what I was doing or how I was treating the people around me. I had lost a lot of weight. And my mom had come to Gabs, and she was going back to Phikwe, and she came by my house. She didn't even tell me. She was just like, "Where do you stay?" And then I'm telling her. And then she was like, "I'm outside." And I was like, "Mama, you outside? I thought you were leaving." And she was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm outside." And she was like, "Come, Mata. Za begging and hello to a t-shirt that's a pedile. Marokonyana to rape Phikwe." Since we were in a private car, you will come back. I was like, "Mama, no." She was like, "Please come. Let's just spend time together." And then I did. Somehow I didn't fight her.
Yeah.
And at the time I'm already struggling with, you know, the alcohol, the drug abuse. And then I got in the car. As soon as we get to Phikwe, my mom instantly fell sick. Now, she had been fighting cancer for 6 years. So she came by my house, she picked me up, we get to Phikwe, and as soon as we arrived, my mom fell sick. And somehow I'm always grateful for that, because that's what saved me. You know when people always say mama knows best? She knew. She knew to come and get me. She knew she didn't have much time. And I'm just so grateful that she didn't take no for an answer. Cause then she fell sick, and I remember it was like around October, and then I started taking care, because I was supposed to be there for a week, and I started taking care of her.
Take your time, bro.
Fuck. Yo, the recount.
I get you.
I laugh because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry, and then makeup, and then we're not shooting anymore. But then I started taking care of her October, and she was sick for so long. My goodness, October, November, December, and I'm still there. Remember, I was supposed to be there for a week. Yeah. January, February, and then March. On the 21st at 11, she passed.
Ish.
So you see how she came to get me by my house, and she had never done that. Like, it was just one of those things, and I'm always so grateful every day to God, because somehow she knew, somehow God knew as well, because that saved me from the drugs and the alcohol. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have never been able to quit. I would have never been able to become the person that I am right.
A ski sponsor.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just take your time, bro.
So, taking care of my mom was just God's way of saving me from myself. And it also taught me how to take care of someone, and therefore it prepared me for motherhood as well. It's such a beautiful love story when you think about it. I lost my best friend, but I also gained so much from that. My mom's death became, it was God's way of saying I'm always there. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Mm-hmm. Even if the devil is trying to use a bad situation, I will turn it, and I will turn it into a blessing. So yeah, it was just one of those things.
Okay. No, thank you for sharing your story, Bounce. Thank you for sharing your story, and I'm glad that you're back on your feet and you're celebrating your mother.
Yeah.
You gave a grandchild.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're extremely doing well in life.
I am, actually.
Yeah.
And she'd be proud of me. She'd be so proud of me.
She's actually watching you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last time somebody said that to me, I actually had a meltdown.
Yeah.
It was in a Karata music video. Mm-hmm. When I started shooting the song, I sang the first 2 lines, and I instantly started crying.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the video, Bangu was like, can you channel those emotions that we started the video with? Yeah. And then I was like, I can't, I'll try. And then he said, imagine your mom is sitting there watching you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go grower. Makeup or salon. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she'd be proud. She'd be proud of me.
Because I remember some years ago, like, you used to tell me, because me and you used to talk back then. You told me that your mom is going through chemotherapy and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So I know the pain of losing a mother. Like, I know the pain of nursing a sick mother.
I'm sorry you went through it?
Yeah. Most of us, like, we've gone through it. So, like, how was that? Like, that period? Like, what would be in your mind? Like,
it was the hardest thing ever for me, because I used to, it even pushed me to God.
Yeah.
Because I was like, God, I would even find myself, negotiating with God.
Yeah.
I was like, if you heal my mother, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I will stop this, I will try this, I will become your servant, I'll pray for people, I will, I was negotiating with our Heavenly Father. Little did I know that He has a plan. He had a plan. It was so hard for me, honestly, taking care of my mom. It was so hard because she was such a strong person, and I think she also didn't like the fact that she couldn't do anything for herself, and I had to go through watching her suffer. Because cancer, of all the things, is watching the person that you really love be in pain every day and then fading in front of your eyes. So it was so hard for me. I prayed a lot. If it wasn't for me finding spiritual help and being just spiritually connected with my Heavenly Father, I don't know if I would have survived. So yeah, it was challenging, but it was also a wake-up call for me.
Hey, these parents of ours, we love them so much, and then they put us through so much stress when they pass away, bro.
The Watlongos.
Yeah. I'm sure they also go through the same if a parent is to lose a child.
Yeah. I think it'll technically.
Yeah.
No.
Because I always have these conversations with my father. He always tells me, like, boy, are you ready? When I pass away, like, I'm going to hold it down. I'm like, bro, you've been having this conversation with me for 10 years. What if I'm the one who kicks the bucket before you? And one day he kept quiet one day for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm extremely sad. Right?
Yeah, no, it's not, I don't think it's the same. It's painful to lose a mother.
Yeah.
But if you were to lose a child.
Yeah. You feel like you've lost an organ.
You know what? Yes. I was just about to say that, because having a child is like seeing a part of you, because this person grew inside of you, you know. Yeah. That's a part of you. So, hey, Batung Luna.
Ish.
You know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think it'll be this. But I think it's the kind of pain that will break someone. You know, as much as we want to say sometimes pain, you grow from pain, but I think it's the kind of pain that will break you first before it grows you. You know.
All right, let's walk out of the emotional room.
Now, can we talk about music, please?
Now we're going to talk about money.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. So this is the transition. It's unfortunate that Mama's death happened when you're transitioning from walking out of off campus to Heartbeat. And the next time we see Bouncy, she's at Heartbeat with Prez Beatz, Bangu, K-Boss on the executive side of things. Yeah. Like how did like that type of agreement come to be? Yeah.
Like I said, I was still with off campus, and then Mishi had to move to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Was it New Thailand actually? Singapore, yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew that I couldn't go because somehow I just knew that my mom needed me. I didn't know when, but I just knew that my mom was gonna need me, and I needed to be close because I knew she was fighting the cancer, right?
Yeah.
And then I also knew that I needed to work on my music because I just knew that I had not reached my full potential. I had not explored my voice as I want to. So then I stayed.
Yeah.
You know, and because I had already been working with Prez Beatz and Bangu, then it was just a smooth transition, honestly. It was just a smooth transition because Mishi wasn't there anymore, and then I started working with, and also our contract with Mishi had finished anyway because we had signed was a 2-year contract.
Okay.
And it was like we were on our 3rd or 4th year, so we had never renewed our contract. But yeah, and then so it was a smooth transition to work with Presley and Bangu. Because she was not there anymore, so
yeah. And how did these brothers help you find your voice? Because you came back extremely massive, bro, like you're on steroids. Bro.
And I'll forever be grateful for Presley because he took time out of his life. Hey, that man would spend nights on nights in the studio as I was trying to record, as I was learning, and somehow because the first song that I recorded with them was Rebel. Try me, I'm a rebel, pretty damn girl, I'm a rebel. And Percy just told me, sing because I wanted to rap.
Yeah.
And he said to me, sing. I was like, I don't think I can sing. He was like, just sing. And then I did. And he was like, sing with your most comfortable voice. Like, don't scream, just be comfortable and sing.
Yeah.
And when we recorded Rebel, Bangu heard it and was like, nah, I'm jumping on this. That's when I knew. That's when I knew, oh, wait. I see a future here. I see a light that I had never seen, because at the time I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. Before I started working with them, I felt like I could not breathe. I felt like I wasn't that uneasiness I was talking about.
Yeah.
I felt so I was like, I don't belong. I deserve better. I can do better. And then after I recorded Rebel with them, it felt right. It felt like, yes, now this is it. Yeah. So, and then after recording that song, and I realized something about my voice. I was like, actually, I have a different tone. I have something I've never heard on radio before. This voice doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't sound like anyone. Yeah. I love it. And then I fell in love with it. And then I took it from there, you know. And then Prez got me to record on a traditional beat, Selibe.
Yeah.
Selibe was the second song that I worked on, and it was traditional music inspired. He will actually let me be in the studio listening to other artists record and everything. I remember there was a time when I was where Chama Girl was recording, like everybody else. She closed the studio. Can I superstar? Eh? Studio gas to Chama Girl record. And you know, I would always be there and just outside the studio, and she'd be recording, and I would just be watching just how the mood, the unraveling of I think I was like, I see you, mother. You know, so I watched all of that unravel, and I watched a lot of other artists record, and it taught me how to be comfortable in the studio. Yeah. Because I think I needed that before anything else. I needed comfort around the studio. I needed to love it. I needed somebody to get 10 seats. So, and then I just watched other artists record, write, and everything, and I learned from there.
I like the fact that you mentioned Chama Girl. I like the fact that
Superstar. Steering MVP.
Because around that time you released upbringing. Yeah, I felt some Chama Girl energy in that song. Yeah,
but MABINADITSHOLWA was actually recorded 2019.
2019.
Was it 2018? 2019, yeah. Recorded MABINADITSHOLWA 2019.
But I feel like also it's the time where you really broke your voice, like where you found your real voice. You found your voice there, bro. Like I saw people from Australia, UK, Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa. Like, who's this chick? Like, no, she's my homie, don't worry.
I know her like that.
Yeah.
We chill.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, did you really find comfort, like, cause you're more of like a pop artist back then.
Yeah.
And now you're mixing like pop with tradition.
With traditional.
Yeah, with traditional.
Yeah. That's what happened. It was the most comfortable thing I have ever done. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Let me tell you why MABINADITSHOLWA was so easy for me.
Yeah.
Because I was singing in my language. Imagine a Beyonce like a whole MABINADITSHOLWA. Where's she gonna get that? Her accent there. It was so easy for me, and it was just flowing like water, butter. Jam.
Yeah.
Really easy for now because I'm singing in my language. My tongue, I've been speaking this language for so long. It can't flow hela ya. Hole butter ngwana. Hona lubricant.
So speaking of the fact that you're comfortable in singing in your mother tongue, apparently and then we expect to export our music to America, where there's Beyonce.
The first way they have conspicuous. Well, could be because yeah. So no, that's fact though. It's actually fact because this people is their language. It's their tongue is used to that, so it's easy even on the mic. You know. Hey, I don't know easier you know. You just once you understand or know how to make sure the words flow when you actually sing them, because there's that easiness to the tongue. Even the tone is beautiful.
It's excellent.
Chef's kiss.
But now it's better about bouncy. And really like Malaita Hahi advice. Malaita Opelanka Stoan and Kalanga in like our native languages, because it's easily exportable. Because but like how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say sing with your mother tongue language, but what I can say is find inspiration in that. Because even if you just add a little bit of spice, it will make a difference.
It will make a difference.
Yeah, and then you eventually will start to love it. You will actually be shocked at how much Setswana on your music is easy to express, and so find inspiration in that, you know. Hey, because also you're reaching for something that have never been touched before, you know, like nobody else. Like when you know, whoever I say regarding you see, I also look at like South Africans use a lot of their native language in their music, and it's still easy to export. Nigerians, you know, what's the language of an video in
Yoruba?
Hey, it's so, and we sing along to that, you know. We don't even know what they're saying, but we're singing along because it sounds so pure. Yeah, so find inspiration from your native language and infuse it with maybe your English. It's gonna be beautiful because it's never been done before. Yeah.
All right. And I get you. So you recently dropped a project. Before you talk about the project, you mentioned something which like had people worried.
Yeah.
You told people that when you want to quit this music thing.
I never said I wanted to quit, but honestly, I was feeling. I woke up that morning tired.
Yeah.
I was tired of stagnancy. I was tired of feeling like I don't see any movement. I don't see. I work so hard. I put so much work and money on shooting music videos, on recording, and my time, and I can only change. You know what I mean? And even if it's this change, and the change the sort of change I would allow for is promoters will call you to say, "Hey, Bouncy, we want you in Kasane." Okay, cool. Kasane, can you provide transportation and Boroko, you know? And also, you know, nah, kita kena 5,000 pula. What am I gonna do with 5,000 pula? Muriro kauja 5,000 pula. Yeah, we don't got 5,000 pula. Ah, yeah. Homo tina hormo. Homo can jump blindly because before you even get on stage, you know, there's Muriri, there's outfits, there's dancers, because you want to give a world class kind of performance. The stylist, you want to look the part, you want to take the brand and present it as a whole. I get it. And then and I can have 5,000 pula, that's all I can give you. You know, obviously I'm not going to take that 5,000 pula because I can sit home and my baby daddy can give me 5,000 pula to go spend. You know, why would I get out of my house, leave my child, get out of my house to go jump around on stage, dira performance not looking the part, not looking as I wanted to look. Staging. Why would I do that to myself? You know what I mean? Because I had to refuse, turn down a lot of bookings because they don't want to pay us. They feel like we don't deserve it. Staging. I don't play on stage. I get on stage and I deliver. Pay me. You know? So that really had me fucked up. I was just annoyed.
So what can you say is the lowest amount that a promoter has offered you?
5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
For which event?
I can't. What?
Was there any international artists performing there?
Yeah, always. There's always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of artists will actually tell you, Madio and I offer a 5,000 pula. And I hope because 5,000 pula I won't take a line but to Mamuding. You know what I mean? They have to go to pay. I have 2 dancers or 3 dancers to pay. I have Miriri the outfits for me and the dancers. At the end of the day, we can spend more than 5 grand to look the part on stage. You know, so that's all. That's why that post. And then after dropping the music, after dropping this EP that I had been, because a lot of my fans would just be posting, hey Bouncy, we need music, hey Bouncy, we need music. And then I did drop the music. I was like, why go up kapuku? Why is no? Hey. Palpitations. Pero ka hita ka 120 km/h get teenage. But I'm better now because then in the afternoon one thing I listened to my EP and then I realized actually it's not even me. I'm not the problem because the music is good. You know, we put so much work into this music. The music is good and the music videos are amazing. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's probably just our industry.
It's our industry.
It's our industry. And
but how can you say, like, how's the relationship between like our local promoters and local artists? Because the promoter, you guys, you are not in demand. So, but whatsoever they can do to support the industry. Because when at the end of the day, they want to make profits. That's why they call.
I mean, we also can't. I want to say we can't blame them. But I want to believe that we also are crowd pullers, you know, because you will get on stage and you will get the same response that an international act will get. Why can't you just trust me? Because it begins with somebody else just saying, I'm willing to bet on her, you know. I am willing to trust that talent. If you don't see it, if you don't respect it, I can't push it on you. You know, if you want to trust an international act because you want to make money, then they don't show up because they never do. You know, but you know what Bouncy would do if you give Bouncy that money? Bouncy will deliver and Bouncy will be there on time. So I don't think our promoters, as they don't respect our craft as they respect the international acts. Which is fine, because I appreciate even Jesus Christ was never appreciated by his people. You know what I mean? Hey, the perfect words.
In English, they say a prophet is not appreciated.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure One Bouncy is winning a BET, a Grammy. All of a sudden, Sunday, di flag tsa Botswana. Di flag tsa Botswana ra di phapasela. Di promoter di batla Bouncy. Whole time Bouncy was just here. But you couldn't recognize that. Because you want other people outside to recognize and then say, Bouncy are no valid. you know. So yeah, our promoters don't rate us at all.
So you're a big sister now. In your 30s, early 30s, you're a big sister, your mother. Hey. So you also have comfort in working with guys like Prez Beatz and Bangu. Not comfort in working with Machita, but we have sisters out there with that fear of working with guys because of the stories that they've had. Like, women are actually in danger at the moment, bro.
True.
In extreme danger.
True.
I don't know how to put it, but like you can just tell us like how you find that comfort, and like also at the same time, mind you, there's girls who are being taken advantage of by these guys. But sister, since us na madagu dwela for this beat, and then na kita unida beat, and it's not like this girl is sleeping with this guy for the fun of it. She's not even enjoying it. Actually.
Let me tell you something, baby girl. If you want it, if you really want to work, it's not worth it. Don't give up yourself. Don't give up yourself. Don't give up yourself to a man because you want a beat or because you want studio time. It's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to sit and realize, let me just tell you something. There's this saying called, the spiritual bonds that we create with people through sex and everything. You don't want that. If you really want to work and you have the talent, don't ever take, if there's a producer offering a bite, don't take it. Don't take it, because there's gonna be someone who's gonna see your talent for who you are, And for me, it was Presley and Bangu. You will find your Presley and Bangu. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Hi, listen, manyana waka. O reke di sweets, o rekise go tlhala bona 1.5 wa beat. It's not worth it. Cause at the end of the day, it's just gonna eat at you. It's just gonna hurt you, and it's gonna hurt you in the long run, because you're gonna look back and say, I gave so much of myself to people who didn't even deserve to breathe the same air as me to get where I am. It's not worth it, okay? Don't do it, baby. Don't do it.
And to the sisters who have experienced such,
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. You do not deserve to meet people like that in your life. You don't deserve that. You never deserved it. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that. And I really hope that you find healing.
And what about to the boys? Because boys are also going through the same.
And, I'm just saying even to boys, it doesn't mean you're weak, As a man, if this has happened to you, if you take action, it don't mean that you're weak. It just means that you are passionate about what you do and you want to see yourself somewhere, except you met the wrong people in your life. So I'm so sorry that you have to go through that, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. But take comfort in knowing that it passes. This too passes, It might stay with you, it might mentally scar you, but it's not the end of the world. Your passion will eventually pay. It's so sad that you actually had to meet up with this kind of people who would take advantage of you for you to be able to express the talent that is God-given, because it's not like these people are doing you any favor. Even if it's not that person who wants to take something from you, it could be another person who's actually genuine. So be patient. Trust that your talent is the reason that you are out there and trying to get it. It's not because of another person. Because I don't know, and these people, will take advantage of people. Banally, this thing, I made you. Nobody makes anybody. No. No one makes anyone. People have real talent, and their talent is what makes them. And God's timing, So, I'm so sorry that, and sometimes, and I like to take comfort in the fact that some of these horrible people that we come across, it could always be part of God's bigger plan to teach us this are the kind of people that we should avoid. These are the kind of people who will build our character, and these are the kind of people who we must pray against. So you got this. You got the talent. Trust God to bring the right people into your life to bring the talent into being. Yeah.
We'll say it like a big sister. Baba Tuna. All right. So you said something about spiritual sexual transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's people who have multiple sexual partners, like, and stuff like that. Like, why it's la gore na ditiro tsene tse gore how tsena da Bluetooth connect hali ya go tsa virus.
Yes.
How tsena hali ya go tsa.
That's a real thing, hey? Yeah. That's a real thing because, okay, forget spirituality, right? Let's say you are with this one person. This one person does this to make you feel good, right?
Yeah.
And then you meet with another person. But except this person that you're meeting with is genuine, willing to love you for eternity and give up his everything for you. But you already have this this take on what love is supposed to feel like, or what sex is supposed to feel like. Now you're going to be comparing this person to this one. You know what I mean? And now you're not giving this person 100%. But you know what you're giving them? You're giving them competition. You're saying, you don't make me feel good. You don't eat my pussy like how this person ate my pussy. Or you don't make me come how they make me come. You know what I mean? Now, let's say you have now 5 people. You know what I mean? 5 people that you're sleeping with or whatnot. And then you meet this one person who's so genuine with you. They're not even trying to just fill a void with you. They're just really trying to love you genuinely. And when by 5, now you're making this one person compete with all these other people. Therefore, you're not giving them your truest attention and time and opportunity to love you as you deserve. So yes, in the sense of spiritual transferring of, this spiritual sexual bonds that we put ourselves through, it takes a lot to pray and break those. So just be careful who you let into your life, your spiritual realm, and all of that. Just be careful, because it's real and it's out there, and it's the reason for a lot of malwapa to be healing. The malwapa, they could have been there, but they never happened. Because that's what the devil wants. The devil does not really love family. The devil hates that. He works so hard against that. He works so hard, because you know how God loves marriage and family and all of that, right? The devil works so hard against that. So be careful who you let into your space, who you let into your body, who you let take your body. Okay?
Those are insightful words, bro. Gotta get my routine.
Give my
Dude, before we shut it down, actually, you dropped it's an EP, right?
Yes, the journey part 1.
Yeah. Take us through the journey.
This is actually one of my most proudest work, because the journey part one, and you say it's part one because it involves 4 songs that are already out. It literally just covers the beginning of my journey into this music industry, where I was truly confident with who I am musically. And then 4 more songs that were recorded. I think 3 of them were 2 of them from the new ones. 2 of the new ones were recorded both 2018, 2019. And then Tlogela and
Peter.
No. Actually, the ones that are already out is MABINADITSHOLWA, Mageba, and Skim Sami. Those ones are already out. MABINADITSHOLWA and Peter produced by Prez Beatz, and then Mageba and Skim Sami produced by Bangu. Karatla and Banana produced by Prez Beatz. Tlogela and what's the other song?
I'm not carrying my phone. I was checking out the list.
Tlogela and Crazy. Yes, Crazy. Tlogela was produced by Bangu, and then Crazy was produced by Sergio. So yeah, 4 songs already out, and then 4 brand new songs. Karatla has a music video. One of my favorite songs in there would have to be, besides Karatla, will have to be Crazy. Because Crazy, I recorded it away from Prez Beatz and Bangu, which is for me my normal, you know. And I recorded it without their guidance. And for me, it'll always be my proudest song, because I did it and it came out to be one of the most amazing songs in the EP. So crazy, because everybody else always calling me, oh my God, Bouncy, Crazy is such an amazing song. And I'm like, what you think? It is what it is, period. You know what I mean? So it'll always be my favorite song in there. But yeah, Karatla, I recorded it at the time when I had nowhere else to go. I had just moved out of a place where I was staying. I literally had nowhere else to go. Like, from the house that I had moved from, I went to the studio. That's how bad it was, you know.
Yeah.
I remember I spent the night in the studio because I was still looking for a house. And then I got to the studio and I was crying. I Presley opened the gate for me, and when I looked, because I had always looked at him as like a father figure or like an older brother figure, and I started crying. And you know what he did? He did not even hug me or say anything to me. He just followed me to the studio. He switched on the mic, and then I just went, as I lay my head on my pillow. That was it. That's how Karatla came about. You know, I was really going through it. Had nowhere else to go. I was going through the most, and he let me express all of that pain on the mic. That's how Karatla came about. And I think I recorded only 1 verse of it, and then I left the studio. Actually, it wasn't even a verse. It was like 4 or 5 lines, and then I left. Funny enough, the same night, oh no, I slept on the studio again. When I woke up in the morning, I don't remember where I went. I think I might have went to my grandmother's house. And when I got there, somehow, from all of that negativity, there was some light, like a sprinkle of light, that said, run here, run to me. So then Karatla stopped from, it changed from becoming a song about darkness to a song about knowing where to go when you are in a dark space.
Yeah.
And then Crazy, I wrote it. It's about my baby daddy. It's a beautiful song because it was just expressing how I'm feeling about I love the man. Tlogela is a song that just talks about a person in a relationship who was just not putting in 100%. Listen, if you're really not into this, tell me so that I could move. Banana is a funny song. I think by the time people catch up to Banana, And then they're gonna realize what a banana is an equivalent of pita. And then they're just gonna be like, mind blown. So yeah. Very entirely deep.
Yeah. Now that the mixtape is out, the EP, I mean, where can people get it?
It's there on Spotify, it's there on Apple Music, it's there on Deezer, it's there on all digital stores. Karata is there, Mageba is there, Skim Sami is there on YouTube, the music videos. Yeah, the plan is to shoot all the songs in there. I'm gonna have music videos, so keep a watch out for that. But go stream my music because it'll make me happy and it'll make me know, it make me feel like I am finally, touching people's lives as I intend to. Because at the end of the day, as much as we record music because it's our passion, it also feels good to know that we're touching people's lives,
And as much as you're touching people's lives, would you say the radio is helping you touch people's lives?
Yes. And also I appreciate one of all the things in my life that I can complain about. I can complain about everything. But one of our local radios, they really play my music and I really appreciate that. I always, every time I will switch on Yaron FM, I will not go, let's say, hey, Peter is playing or RB2, or Juma FM, Gaps FM, but I appreciate that, okay? I see that, I see the support.
So, talking of radio, actually, you performed at the Yaron FM Music Awards.
Yeah.
Some years ago.
Yes.
You'd been nominated for Best R&B Award.
And Best Female.
And you didn't win the Best Award that night. Some lady won it. I won't mention
Tata Jessica. Love her.
Yeah.
She's the sweetest human ever. My goodness. Can I tell you, she actually texted me as I was going through this, and she said I actually saw her comment on the post. It really touched me. And also for everybody else who commented to encourage me to not quit, I saw that and I really appreciate that. But yeah, Tato even went ahead to even text me on app to say, baby, I got you, send you love.
So no, we appreciate the love, the sister love, the sisterhood. So after your performance, after she'd won that award, that township girl in you like woke up and you're like, Bouncy for Best R&B Award. And I saw you dipping your head down like this.
I did what now?
After this is the award ceremony.
No, please don't switch my words. I said give it up for the best female, and they did. I said give it up for Bouncy, and they did. Please don't make it shady.
No, let me tell you what happened. So the category was announced and she won.
Yeah.
And then your performance came like
immediately after.
After.
Yes.
And then after your performance, you're like, Bouncy for Best R&B Award.
I did?
Yeah.
You just sit there lie.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
Bruh, you lie.
I'm tuning you.
Oh, you just want to turn this narrative and make it feel like
No, it's all love. It's all love.
Bruh, the way I love that girl.
Yeah.
Because when she said, Houston, we got a problem, I said, yes, we got it. We got an entire problem. I love Tata Jessica, and if Tata Jessica was to win over me, I would take it any day.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ugh, please.
Alright, before we shut it down, just drop us a verse. Just a verse, bro. Like, want to hear you rapping.
Rapping?
In a while. You haven't rapped in a while.
No,
Alright. Just do the current Bouncy. Just a verse. A few lines.
From where? From any song?
The one that I love, the one that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Mabinaditsholo. Yeah.
Ke oroga setluenjang o tlhaetse o zaetse malobane o ipoka o paletswe ke go fetsa o mpalametse ditlhare o re wena o ka garile o mpalametse mabota o re wena o ka garile Mabinaditsholowa o romolana o tladitse maotlhe ka legano o bilekutsane o ka re wankila Mabinaditsholowa o romolana batho mpwele a goli mpwele tle mpueleng mongwe a re tšhentšheng ka mabinaditsholwa a goleng ka dibe ke be mo ntshong.
Yes. The vocals, bro. The vocals, bro. Why don't you inspire that song?
Mabinaditsholwa.
What's Mabinaditsholwa, first and foremost?
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
My mom and her sisters used to tease us about that because growing up, I grew up from a I don't want to say we were poor, but we were not rich, you know.
Just like a normal African family.
Yeah. Not even, hey? We were a bit, there was a bit of lack, you know. And I don't want to say we were poor because we were happy, you know. It doesn't matter. There were days where but we were happy as a family, you know. And sometimes they'll be cooking, and because we had been hungry for a long time, was it, hey, like whenever they're cooking, we'll be just hovering around the kitchen, waiting for the food to be ready. So that's how that word came about. But then I just took that word and I turned into a song about a man who is happy to see you and promise you how he will beat up this pussy when you give it to him. Yeah, you know how they'll tell you, baby, when you get here, and then you get there and 2 minutes noodles. Pathetic. Pathetic.
Yeah. So vibe.
No, please. I just love my Kalanga King, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother is representing us all.
That's the only Kalanga word I know.
Alright, Bouncy, you've been such a vibe, my sister. I hope to see you more of you, bro. I last saw you before COVID. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
True. You will, okay?
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting music, I promise. It was so nice having me. It was also a little break for me coming here. Because, you know, I'm a mother 100% of the time. So the little time that I'm away from being a mom, it's like a breather and I get to remember who I am. So, nice.
And also what people don't know is that there's a person called Maureen.
Maureen?
Yeah, there's a difference. There's Bouncy and Maureen. So what's the difference there?
Usually I don't call her Maureen, I call her Koketso.
Koketso, KK.
Skoks.
Yeah.
Skoks so amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Skoks so amazing. If you get to know Skoks, get out of Skoks. Because it's she's the calmest, most amazing human ever. Yeah. If you think Bouncy wa Papa, just know she has Skoks holding her down.
All the way.
Yeah.
Alright, Bouncy, it's been a vibe, bruh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Skoks, aka Bouncy, in the building. See you next week with another vibe.